thing in life.
Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Look at me being consistent and not leaving you guys out to dry after my first video back, because I often do that too. I'm like, hey, I'm back, and then I'm like, not really. But I am back, guys, I promise. So today's video is going to be the 19 things I learned in 19 years of life, because back in August 17th to be exact, I turned 19 years old. So hey, we're getting there. We're getting older, and I feel like I learn so much every year, and I will continue to keep learning, and I hope to just, spread some of that knowledge with you guys. Maybe you guys are younger than me, maybe you're older than me, whatever it may be, we can all learn from each other. And I think that's something that's so great about this platform, and just in social media in general. We can connect to people we would have never connected to in this lifetime, because it's so instantaneous and we are so accessible to each other. So that is definitely one of the upsides to social media. There are a lot of downsides, but we won't even get into that today, or maybe we will. I haven't looked at this. Let's see. I wrote this on the 25th of September, all of these things that I learned. One night at 9:31 p.m. I just said, hey, I have all the other ideas. I just don't want to film it yet, but I'm just going to put it down in my notes. So the first thing that I learned was, if you work hard, every day is a progression from the last. And that's just something I thought of in my head, and I put a little dash me, because I was like, ooh, that's a cute little quote. I mean, probably someone's probably already have said it, but if you work hard, every day is a progression from the last. And that's something that I just have to keep reminding myself, because I work so hard, and I always feel like there's not enough time in the day for me to get everything I want to get done. But if I'm putting 100% into every day, it's a progression. We're progressing, okay? So Renny, chill out. It's okay. Number 2 is forget about instant gratification. Forget about instant gratification. And that's something that I needed to teach myself and just remember, because of this social media age, we often just associate everything with instant gratification, because whoever that I follow is doing all of these things and posting it to Instagram, and I'm seeing it, and I'm scrolling in my news feed, and it just seems like everything is instantaneous, that you can get from point A to point B so quickly. But what we fail to realize with having this tool, social media, is that everything is not instantaneous. And yes, you can post a picture and you can instantaneously get likes and validation, but the real progress and the real life things are never going to be that way. And you just have to remind yourself that, especially right now where we are with the times. I feel like a lot of kids growing up in this generation feel like, oh, I can whip out a vlog camera and I can instantly get so many followers, and I can make it into a job, and I can be set for life. When that's not how everyone got up to the success that they are. Like, Shane Dawson has been on YouTube for over 10 years, and he is just coming to this this heightened platform. I'm not using real words, but if you know what I mean, it's taken him this far to get to where he is today. And yes, he's had many years of success in those 10 years, but it wasn't always like that. And we just have to remember that everything isn't, we have to work for it. Number 3 is finding the balance between knowing how experience make you feel versus materialistic items. So this was something that I've been struggling with for a very long time. I mean, money in general is such a touchy subject, but I'm just going to share my opinions on it. Ever since I could work, ever since the day I could legally work, and I was also illegally working for a while under the table, But ever since I could work at the age of, I started working at 14 or 15, I wanted my own money. I grew up with a single mom. My dad didn't help much during my adolescence years. And I always wanted my own money. Like, all of the kids I hung out with in Fairfield County had parents to just throw them cash whenever they wanted it. And I didn't have that luxury. And I don't blame my mom for it at all. She did the best she could, and she still does the best she can for me. But I think that's what kind of made me money driven. And you come to a point where you don't know how to spend your money. Should you save all of your money? Should you save some of it? Should you use it on experiences? Should you use it on materialistic items? If you use a lot of your money on materialistic items, does that make you a bad person because you're a materialistic person? And so I kind of had to find that balance this year, because this is the year that I've made the most money in my life thus far. And I found a good balance between saving money for my future, spending on experiences, and also spending money on materialistic items, because let's be real, your girl is a shopaholic. If I had a black card, I would be insane. Honestly, I spend so much money on clothes, but it brings me pure happiness. It does, because even though that materialistic item doesn't have longevity with bringing me happiness, it makes me confident. And so what I spend most of my money on materialistically are gym clothes. It is Gymshark, Alpha Elite, Young and Reckless. Those are my top 3 brands I spent a lot of money on, Gymshark being the highest. But I wear those clothes all the time to the gym, and the gym to me is my brand. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a UFC sponsored athlete. So it all encompasses my life. I have faded away from buying, booties and sweaters and jeans and stuff like that. I feel like it's also an investment in my business. So you kind of have to find that balance, and I've definitely found that this year. And I'm really excited to save for my future, and I'm starting from a fresh start because of some of life things that happened that just kind of wiped out my savings. But I'm really finding that balance, and I'm excited to work. I'm excited to save, but I'm also excited to spend money, because at the end of the day, if you save every cent you are given, you're not living life. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because you work so hard and you can honestly die tomorrow. So spend a reasonable amount of money on what makes you happy in the moment, and also save the rest for what's going to make you happy in your future, because we all hope that we don't die tomorrow. Number 4 is be a kid for once in your life. And I think I had this in last year's video, but like I said, I did grow up with a single mom, and she always treated me like a little adult. She was never one to baby talk me. She was never one to look down on me, and not how some parents, if you ask them a question as a little kid, they give you this kid kind of answer, an answer to just shut you up as a kid, and then maybe later they'll touch on that subject. My mom was never like that for me. I grew up very fast because of the situations we had been in when I was growing up, and I'm so grateful for it. It makes me who I am today. It makes me the person that people of all ages want to be around, because I'm just I don't know, I just can connect to everyone. I can connect to a 30-year-old woman. I can connect to a 12-year-old boy. I honestly feel like that's one of my biggest strong suits, but it also can bite me back in the butt, because I feel like I have to have everything together, and everything in my life needs to be perfect, and I need to be moved out of my mom's place, and I need to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, wait, girl, you're only 19. You're still in the teens. Girl, just chill out. And honestly, this is something I don't do often, but I need to just keep reminding myself that I need to chill, and I just need to remember that I'm still a kid. Until next year, I won't be a kid, and then I can go full-blown insane and never chill a day in my... No, I'm kidding. Okay, 5. It probably will never be good enough. So this is something that's kind of a general statement, because I feel like for a lot of my life, there's just instances that have instilled wanting to be good enough. One of those also being my dad not being around, wanting to be good enough for his love, his validation. And that has definitely trickled into my relationships romantically, because your parents are what you look up to when you look for love. And when you have a broken home and other situations that I've been through, it kind of messes up how you see the world and how you see love and how you see how you should be treated and what love is. And there's a whole bunch of things. But I feel like I've always had this sense of like, Renny, you're not good enough. You're not doing enough. You're not a good enough daughter. You're not a good enough sister. You're not a good enough best friend. And the thing is, like, you'll just never be enough for everyone. So you need to be enough for yourself in order to just be okay with living life day to day. Number 6, knowledge will always be power in all forms. And I put in all forms in parentheses because I need you to know that you don't need to go to college and that path does not make you any less smart than the next person. I personally feel like at some point in my life, I will probably get a college degree of some sort. Right now, that's not my main focus. Right now, I'm building my business, building a career for myself for the long run, and then building up those experiences and those classes is something I definitely want to do in the future. The timing just wasn't right for me right now. But knowledge in all forms is power. Reading books, listening to podcasts, going to seminars. Knowledge is power. Whether you're learning from your neighbor or you're learning from someone that's standing in the front of a classroom, knowledge is power. So know that, and know that any type of knowledge will be powerful to you in your life. And it doesn't always have to be from a professor or a teacher or a grade on top of your test. Sleep is important, is number 7. That's something that I definitely neglect and forget a lot. And I'm a health professional, and I just totally think that I can run myself to the ground without having proper sleep, and it definitely weighs on my body heavily, on my mind, and I can just tell when I don't get enough sleep versus when I do. So get your sleep, kids. I try to go to sleep around like 10:30, 11 by the latest. I just find myself doing a whole bunch of things. Am I doing laundry? Am I editing a video? Like, what am I doing? I'm always doing something. So 8 has to do with 7, and it's stress dictates a lot. So if you're super stressed out, it will dictate how your day goes. If you're stressed out about just even starting the day, your day you'll be able to tell. So try to eliminate stress as much as possible. Obviously, stress is an everyday occurrence, but you have to remember that it does dictate your day. So if you start out your day very stressful, it'll probably end stressful, and then the vicious cycle will continue. So just try to ease your mind, and just remember that where you are right now is where you're supposed to be. And if your trajectory is high and it's going up, then you just need to just roll with the punches and remember that stress is a part of it, but just not to stress out about stress, is what I'm trying to say. All right. 9, you need help sometimes, and that's okay. So this is something that I've come to the conclusion towards the end of the year when it comes to my mental health, is that I need help. I need to talk to people that aren't in my life and aren't an active participant in my life, to talk about my life to and get a greater perspective from someone who has studied the human mind and knows what is going on, because your girl needs some help. And whether it's medication or just talking to someone, I definitely am seeking help, and my appointment is in early November to do that. So,
hi Nugget, come here. Oh my goodness, hello. Oh my goodness.
all right, so got a little distracted, but all right, we're on 10. Stay close with the ones who matter, certain family members and all friends I decide to have in my life. So, as you can tell, I said certain family members, and that is because all of my family members don't support me, and that is okay. I never went into this, and I never... Hi, Nugget. Hello, little skeleton girl. Let me deal. I feel like I was in this flow of consciousness and advice, and the dogs. Okay, we're gonna go back. So, yes, I have certain family members that have fallen off in points of my life, probably close to 2 years ago. And I never made a full video on it because I was hoping that things would change, but it feels like it never will. So if you want a full video on family members I've lost due to my mental illness, just leave a comment down below. But for those family members who've stuck around and who have loved me unconditionally no matter what, and friends who have as well, honestly only have really 2 friends, Nairi, Sophie. Nairi doesn't watch my videos. Sophie does, I think. But yeah, those girls have been with me since like diapers, pretty much. So I keep them around and stay close to the ones who matter. 11, animals will forever be the cure to all sadness unless you have a puppy who poops and pees all over your house, making you want to burst out in tears. Kelly girl. No, that was a little side note joke. But seriously, we don't deserve dogs. We don't deserve animals in general. Like my cat Blaze just gives me unconditional love, even though I just push him to the side all the time because he always wants to sit on my keyboard while I'm trying to work and things of that nature. But seriously, animals are beings that just give you love without asking for anything in return but food. They want food in return. But other than that, they give us love and happiness and joy for absolutely nothing in return. And they are just amazing beings, and humans can learn a lot from animals. So get a dog, learn how to unconditionally love the people around you for nothing in return. 12, dance whenever you can. This has been something that I've been neglecting since I switched gyms, because I had my favorite Zumba teacher ever in the gym that I used to belong to, and I just haven't found someone like that at my new gym. I just don't go to Zumba on a weekly basis. I don't dance on a weekly basis. I found a dance studio about 20 minutes away from me, which is like honestly a stretch, so I don't go there as often as I should, but I love to dance. I'm not a great dancer. I have rhythm. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna put it. I have rhythm, but I'm not like a skilled dancer whatsoever. But every time I dance, I just feel so amazing after. You just like get groovy, feel the music, and just like let all your freaking inhibitions out the window and just have like a great time. And I feel like in settings like Zumba and dance classes, there is no judgment. And also, if like you go out to the only time I go out to a bar is to dance. So when you're around a bunch of drunk and like messed up people, they're not looking at you dancing. They're not saying, oh, that girl's bad or that guy has no rhythm. No, just dance your little heart away, because you'll honestly feel amazing after. It's kind of like how I feel after I work out, but kind of better in a different way. 13, you can't control everything, girl. I feel like I had something to this effect in my video last year. I am a control freak. From a young age, my mom thought I had OCD. I still think I have OCD. I have not been diagnosed with OCD, because OCD is not just cleaning, for all of you people who just put it in that category, like wanting to be clean and organized. OCD is over compulsive disorder. So you can be over compulsive about anything. You can be over compulsive about having your room in the exact mess you left it in and not having anything touched. Like if your mom touches your big pile of laundry that can touch your ceiling, you like freak out. So over compulsive disorder is anything on the realm of being over compulsive. But yeah, I can't control everything. And literally, my therapist has told me, many therapists and psychologists have told me, that because my childhood and my life still to this day, so many of the major factors of my life, like where I live, who I live with, and just like certain situations in my life, I have no control over. And that's why I like control every little thing I can. Like I have like 3 planners. I do laundry probably 3 times a week. I clean my room every day. Like the little things I can control in my environment, I control to the fullest extent. But you can't control everything, girl. So remember that, okay? Thank you. 14, I learned how to be shameless and on I can't talk today. It's like the words are trying to come out, my mouth's not working, or like the brain to mouth connection is not there. So again, 14, I learned how to be shameless and apologetically myself while also being confident with that side of my persona. All right, that was a long one. So basically, I feel like just in high school in general, once you hit high school, you stop being yourself. You stop acting unapologetically yourself. It's just like at a certain age, you make that switch from being a real kid who can do anything, poop on the stairs and still be cute, to having to be reserved. And I don't know. I feel like do you get me? There comes an age where everything just shifts to, well, I like this boy, so maybe I shouldn't act this way, or I want to be friends with them, so I shouldn't act this way, and I should act a little bit differently to fit whatever narrative you want to create. And dropping out of high school, going to online school. Okay, my camera stopped recording because I've been recording for 25 minutes and my camera just automatically stops recording. Then, what I was trying to say is, because I made that switch and I kind of just shut out all social interactions except for my job, I just started being more me, because I was only around the people that have already accepted me for pretty much my whole life, that I felt I could be just who I was. And then I joined a gym where I don't go now, but I joined a gym where everyone was super nice and it was really community based in comparison to the one that I go to now, that I could do anything at the gym. Like, I'm comfortable now at my gym, but it wasn't always that way, and I had to get comfortable on my own and not from others. But I dance in between sets. I record myself work out. Like, I'm really out there. And because I wasn't in high school and interacting with so many different personas and so many different people and different cliques and different authority figures, I just started being me in all aspects of my life, just me. And I even had this switch with nannying where it hit summer and I was like, I can't hide my tattoos in order to fit this narrative of the perfect nanny you want your child watching, because you don't want your child to be watched by a girl with tattoos, right? And so I made that shift. And it's just little things like that where I have now gotten to the point where I am myself in all aspects of my life. Because of the summer, I was forced to show my tattoos. I was like, there's no way I can wear a long sleeve shirt and it's almost 90 degrees out and playing with these children in the playground. So every client that I have for nannying knows I have tattoos and doesn't judge me for it, because they've already trusted me and with their children. And they're like, her tattoos are just like, it's just a part of her. Like, it doesn't define her. So, I don't know. Be yourself, and the right people will come to you. The people who accept you for you, and that's the only people you want to be around, will come around. Trust me. You just have to exude the energy that you're you. And everyone can see that at face value. There's no layers to unpack, and there's nothing to, oh my God, I had no idea she was like this. I've been hanging out with her for 6 weeks. Like, everyone knows who Renny Hunter is. Y'all know if I like you or don't like you, if you see me on the street. Like, I'm just me. And that is something that I'm so passionate about, and didn't really come to the realization until 19 years old. There's a switch. And whether it's a switch in your environment and you go and move somewhere you've never been before and no one knows you and you have a clean slate, or you just make a little environmental shift within what your situation is now, it is incredible and it can't be taught. And even though I'm going into such depths to explain this, it can't be taught. I can't tell you how to get there. It just has to be an epiphany that you have within yourself and your own damn soul, girl. Damn. I went off on that question. Oh my God. Kill it, girl. Just kill it. Like, see, like, I used to not even be able to give myself props because I thought people would think I was conceited. But girl, you looking cute today. You got a beanie on and a t-shirt and sweatpants, but you still cute and you're out here spitting facts. Like, just get it, girl. Like, get it. Oh, God. All right. 15, eating healthy is the key to success from every angle. Oh my God, what you put in your body is so important. And girl, no, guys, no, I do not eat clean all the time. That is just not humanly possible with all the processed sugars, salts, and food we've been exposed to here in the US alone, but just with the progression of lifestyle us humans have had. I don't eat great all the time, but when I do eat great, I feel on top of the world. I'm like floating up here. I'm like y'all down there. I feel so good. I want to work out 3 times in one day. I'm like studying. I'm nannying. I'm like catching the, like securing the bag. I am on top of the world. When I'm having a bad day, or I start off my day with eating badly, because when I have a bad day, I just end up eating badly. It's just, I'm an emotional eater, okay? You feel it, okay? My skin is like, hello, bitch, what? Fried food, unnatural oils, and a disgusting amount of salt and sugar. Like, my skin breaks out. I don't want to say my hair gets dry. That's a little... That's a little exaggerated, but I feel it in my skin. I feel it in my brain. My brain is foggy. I can't focus on anything because all I'm focusing on is the big bloat that is my stomach, and it hurts. Like, when I emotionally eat, I overeat as well. So I'm eating bad food and I'm overeating. So I just get this enormous stomach because I'm just prone to bloating, and something that happens to all the women in my family. And it feels awful. I did it yesterday. Okay, I will admit, I did it yesterday. I had a turkey cob wrap, which was, honestly, I'd have it on a healthy day, but I followed it up with some chocolate chip pancakes, and what else did I have? Chocolate and apple cider donuts. I was done for. I got no studying done yesterday, but I edited 2 videos, so yeah, all right. It's so important. It also affects your sleeping habits. It affects your skin, your mind. Like, can you just tell, like, eating healthy can cure many things. I have a chlorophyll shot in my fridge that I got from Whole Foods, and I'm really excited to be healthy and start my day off with a chlorophyll shot. Okay. 16, the gym, in parentheses, or some form of exercise, parentheses closed, is needed, even if your mind is trying to tell you otherwise. So I went through a hiatus with YouTube, and I also went through a struggle with the gym where I just wanted to find where I fit in again, because the summer was so sporadic with my schedule and traveling that I just couldn't get on a schedule of working out where I wanted to do cardio, where I wanted to do strength, when I wanted to do yoga, and I'm still getting there. Like, I haven't been to a yoga class in months. I haven't been boxing as much as I'd like to. I've been weight training, but all of my workouts seem to be rushed. Like, I'm going through it with the gym, but we have this love-hate relationship that we know we'll be together in the end, so it's okay. So I had to make that push to go back to UFC and get in the door and be like, okay, I'm taking this class. I'm so out of shape. I can't even take it. My heart's pounding so hard, but I did it and felt amazing after. It's just like kicking yourself in the butt enough to be like, Renny, you're going and you're going to do it. And that's what I have to do for 6 a.m. classes, because I want to take a 6 a.m. boxing class and a 6 a.m. yoga class. Last week, I set the intention. The intention was not fulfilled, but this week it will be. So we're working. We are congratulating small victories that we even got into the door of boxing 2 weeks ago. So it is so important. Your body and your mind, if you're not in tuned with it, and I feel like I'm pretty in tuned and aware with my mind and body, sometimes the two can get mixed up, and you can get signals from your body saying, I need to work out, I want to, but then signals from your mind that's saying, I just feel like I haven't been in it for so long, I just can't do it, and you're crying in your bed, and you get the gist. You need to work out in some form. Go on a hike. Go on a freaking walk. When was the last time you just went on a walk to go for a walk? Go on a walk. Get your body moving. The blood flowing. Not that it's not flowing now, because then I'd advise you to go to a hospital or seek immediate care. But, yeah. 17, you are an athlete, you are a coach. Okay, so this is something I struggled with for a while. I loved sports when they were fun. I always loved them. I always loved physical activity as a kid. I never wanted to join a team. I was always so scared of the pressure, and for the longest time, I didn't consider myself an athlete, but I train almost every day. I was like, oh no, you're not an athlete. You don't play an organized sport. Girl, you are an athlete. All right. Girls and guys who do not play any organized sports but go to the gym on a consistent basis, whether that's once a week or twice a week, or like my psycho ass 5 times a week to 7, you are an athlete. Don't let anyone tell you different. And if you are in the professional training business, if you are a personal trainer, you are a coach, all right? We belong. We are here. We need to be heard. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. Another dog intermission, but honestly, it felt good to move my legs because I've been sitting here for 35 minutes. All right. And we're almost done. Oh my God, I'm kind of sad. I had a really good time. Did you guys? Let me know down below in the comments. Okay. 18. Social media is a tool, a platform. It is in no way reality. So I kind of touched on this in the beginning of the video. I needed to stress this to myself so much because once I made the shift between social media wanting to be my brand and to showcase me as a professional in what I do and also just showcase my life, but really taking that aspect and making it into something I wanted to work towards as a career and to help my career currently. Hey, girl, I'm trying to finish a video. I'm almost done. Can you stop? Can you please? Thank you so much. Once I made that shift to like posting every day, editing for hours and posting them and doing YouTube at the same time, it felt like such a reality because I was recording every day. I was editing every day. Every thought that went into my head was like, oh, let's go there so we can take a picture. Like taking a picture of each of my meals because Renny Hunter fit. Like, I need to bring myself back and realize that this tool that is on my phone is not everlasting, but your life is. Well, your life is not everlasting, but you know what I mean. Like, your life is your reality. What's on this screen is not. Like, the value and it's hard. And I feel like it's hard for everyone who makes some sort of living off of social media. It's hard to separate the two because social media is such a personal tool that we have now graduated to the point where you can make money, but it's still that personal. It's your life. It's parts of your life at least. So to make sure you're not so sucked in that you're only doing things for Instagram or you're only doing things to show off on YouTube is important. I'm just going to continue because she's not going to stop. All right. And 19 is something I feel like I always end on every time I do these videos, but I'll never know everything. I'll never stop learning, and that's the most exciting part of life. And I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to explain anything. I'm just going to leave it at that because I think that's a good note to end on. So I'll see you in my next video. Please comment down below any suggestions you have for me, any videos you want to see from me. I have a couple revival videos of old series I used to do in the works. Haven't started filming them yet, but I've got a lot of ideas. But I also want to know what you guys want to see, just that has nothing to do with projects that I'm already working on. So let me know down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know how your day was. I want to know. I care. And I'll see you in my next video.